Yo, hello everyone, I am Jack the Jack of Knaves, and welcome back to Dark Souls. So, after beating the Belfry Gargoyles, I actually recorded another episode, but for some reason the video got corrupted, and we lost the progress. And unfortunately, because Dark Souls doesn't use a save system, we weren't able to reload the save and just play it like normal. So instead I'm going to give you a quick recap of what we did do in that episode to get you up to speed. The first thing we did is we talked to this man who is now at the bottom of the bell tower. To be honest, he sells stuff related to online PvP things, which we don't care about. But we did learn this cool gesture that I think is the best. After that, we came over to the Red Dragon's Bridge and opened up this door using the key that we got from the Belfry Gargoyles. We then came down here to the lower Undeadburg, where we fought off dogs and thieves, of all things. We also came up to this door over here and heard the voice of a man. We opened up the door and we found a magician inside thanking us for letting him free. Finally, we came in here and fought a boss called the Capra Demon, and from it got a key that would let us into the depths. We then opened up a passageway that would take us back to the Firelink Shrine and talk to this lady who sells us many different mosses, which might be useful in the future. And then we came to the Firelink Shrine and talked to this man who said that he would sell us magic. He also alluded to his master, Big Hat Logan, and mentioned that he travels to Sen's Fortress, which is relevant if we cared about magic. And that is all we did the previous episode. Now we can begin with the normal episode. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin where we left off in the lost but previous episode. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're actually going to walk up to where we saw the one cleric, because there's now more people over there. So we're actually going to talk to them. Put away our weapons because we want to be nice, and then talk to these gentlemen. He didn't say much.
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good.
So basically these dudes are just hecka judgmental.
Oh, you again. What business have you? I don't suppose we can help, though. We accompany my lady on her righteous mission. It is quite a chore, but I'm stuck with her, and Nico too. I can't very well abandon them now. Oh, I don't.
Alright, and let's talk to the lady herself. Hello.
You are undead as well? Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission, and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Anything else to add?
Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not. Did I not?
So basically all these people are like nose stuck in the air kind of jerks. And then let's talk to this jerk to see what else he has to say.
Oh, hello. My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
No, it wasn't. just saying. It was not a pleasure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come again.
Blah, blah, blah.
The effectiveness of the
I don't care.
teaching.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to meet you over to where, when we beat the boss, in the lost episode, we got a key, and I will go to the place where the key unlocks the door. So I will see you in a moment. Alright, so here we are. If you actually keep going that way, you would get to the lower Undeadburg. There's some stairs up, and then up over there is where we fought the boss. But instead of going there, because we don't need to, we're going to open this door that we got the key from. And then we're going to explore the depths, which will take us to the depths, one would hope. So we're just going to come in here, and then hollows are going to be mean, because, you know, why not? Yeah. counter cross. And then he's gonna be like, oh no, I gotta stabby stab. No, no stabbing. Stabbing is not a nice thing for one person to do. Stabby stab. Oh wait, contradicted myself. Then we're gonna come over here and grab some items. And instead of like jumping and rolling into it, next time we're gonna do it normal. Also, if ever you see these ghosts, these are other players. Sometimes you'll see ghosts of like people playing around the world, if you're online, that is. Or you might see, also on the ground, you might see either red blood stains, which means someone died there, and if you walk up to it, you can examine it and see how they died. Which most of the time is not informative and just amusing, but occasionally you'll check it and be like, oh, I guess there's a trap or something over there because they died. Mostly they're just amusing. Anyway, so we're gonna come up here, do some slicing as we do, and then come over down here. We gotta be careful because there are these dogs here, and the dogs in this game are jerks. There's one more over there, and then there's an enemy right there. Okay, dog, dog, dog. Hey, why'd you break that table? That was not a nice thing to do, especially considering I did not want to aggro both of you. Okay, dog's dead. So this is a butcher. These are non-respawning enemies. And something that's interesting, by the way, the butcher is female. So, yeah, ouch. Interesting tidbit of information there. You can also backstab, which is what I'm going to do, because they're just kind of annoying. Whoop. Yep. Just get them basically to swing and then do circles around them. In Dark Souls 1, the backstabbing was marginally overpowered. I think that's putting it nicely. It was really easy to circle around enemies. Enemies would get confused, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And you'd just be like, I don't know. And then you just stab in the back. This is a large ember. It's really important because once you reach +5 for a weapon, you can't upgrade it further. But with a large ember, we can upgrade weapons to go higher than +5. We can now make weapons go +6 to +10. Now we're going to come down here into this murky water, despite not particularly wanting to come down into the murky water. But it's something we have to do. So, being the adult that we are, we have to do responsibilities, ouch, that we might not want to do, but have to do. Let's kill this dog, because the dogs are super duper annoying. We'll kill this hollow, because, well, you gotta be careful, because the ceilings here are really low, which means that you can just, like, smack your weapon. Oh, we got a soft humanity. Yeah, you gotta be careful of the low ceilings, because you can kind of stagger yourself. It just kind of is crummy. So we're gonna come up here, go around the corner, and we are going to actually go to the next area. That is the way we need to go normally. We're actually going to come over here first to do a side thing. First, butcher. Again, female. Ouch, scary. They do hurt lots if you let them attack you, so don't. Thankfully, their attacks are very, very telegraphed, so it shouldn't be too hard to avoid it, in theory. But if for some reason you're like, I'm super confident in my abilities and get smacked, then you're in for a bad day. I think when they use that weapon, it's also... I don't know if it grabs you or not. I do not get hit by this enemy frequently, despite the fact that I'm constantly goofing off in this game. But we kill her. Like I said, they're non-respawning, so we will never find out. Pillars to the body, the second one you get is a sack. It is a thing you wear in your head, and it's generally not very useful. And then we're going to come over here, talk to this man.
Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
Hello. So yeah, that man is trapped in a barrel. So, super important to do if you play this game. Roll into the barrel. Do not attack it with your weapon. You'll make him mad and he will attack you. Rolling, for some reason, doesn't seem to hurt him. But, you know, we're just not going to worry about that. Let's talk to him.
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, or the Great Spawn. I will not forget my debt to you.
Yeah, that's how you know that they're female, is because he uses the female pronoun. Otherwise, there's no other indication.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
That's good. It's good that you're fine, thanks to me.
Oh, hello there.
And that's all he has to say. Like the sorcerer, he's another NPC that we'll find out in the world, we will rescue, and then we will be able to talk to them at the Firelink Shrine. But we will do that later. We won't necessarily need to go to the Firelink Shrine just yet. Okay, so we're going to come down here. Yes, that is an item. No, I'm not getting it because that is a slime, and I don't want to bother. Just slimes. Just that in that particular trap is just extra stupid. They can do a lot of damage, especially at the level that you are probably at right now. Going through this hallway is especially annoying because the slimes will drop down the ceiling, and the slimes themselves aren't actually that bad, but they just take so much damage. They've just got such great armor. Ow! Okay, well, you can also occasionally get hit. That is a thing that is possible to happen. Okay, refresh our health. We'll kill more slimes. Thankfully, you don't fight many slimes, but it's still enough in this one hallway that it just becomes super annoying. It's like, why do I gotta fight all these slimes? Why can't I do something more productive with my life? Like, not fight all these slimes. Oh, there's an item. We will grab it in a mo after we kill this slime. Ah, yeah, there we go. And we get a large titanite shard. That's actually pretty lucky. We can use that for upgrading. Alright, there's more slimes. Same deal, different enemy. We're just going to stand here and slice at the enemy repeatedly until it decides that maybe it doesn't want to be alive anymore. You know, it's a decision that we're helping them make. You know, they're constantly in that process of just like, do I want to be alive right now? And we come in and we're like, you don't? We're like, oh, well, thank you for helping with that. I was debating with myself whether or not that is a thing that I wanted to do. And now that I've had your guidance, I know exactly what my path in life is. I am going to vanish and give you experience points for your troubles. Okay. Let's double check. Yes, okay. So thankfully we got through that one. Now we're gonna stab this guy in the chest. Now this door is normally not open, it's locked. But we're gonna use the master key. And this is one of the reasons why we want the master key. Because normally, you would have to go down further into the depths, and you would actually go quite a way before you got the key to the depths, or the key to this particular room. And that just kind of sucks. So instead, we're going to use the master key. Then come in here and light it. We're going to sit down. We'll first hollow because we can. There's not exactly... we could keep it as a soft humanity because that does raise our luck because we can get more items, but currently it's not that good, so we're gonna not worry about it. Something that I talked about the last episode, but then was lost to the abyss. We're actually gonna put a couple points into intelligence because I want to get the spell that negates fall damage, or most fall damage. And something I actually did not check is whether or not we can put our gloves on. Hey, we can! Oh wait, no we can't. It seemed like we could, but we can't. In theory, I could do the numbers and figure out what my endurance level needs to be to do that, but I'm just not going to bother. Instead, I'm just going to test it constantly. Those slimes are alive, but we don't care. They're actually just going to chill on that ceiling until much, much later. That rat is a jerk. We hate that rat. Say it with me. We hate that rat. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kill these rats, because we're just so angry at that one particular rat that we hate. Also because they would attack us undoubtedly. Something that's interesting, by the way, at some point in the game, it is advantageous for you to farm humanity. And the best way to do that is actually, well, the best way to do that in the normal game is actually to do it by killing those rats. There is a way later in the game, i.e. in the DLC, that you can do it, but it's A, much later in the game, and B, The rats are fine. Ow. Ow. Stop, please. I'm gonna kill these rats. The depths in and of themselves aren't actually hard. Yeah, so that's the key that would open up the door over there. I mean, it's not exactly that much of a distance, but the starting gifts aren't explicitly great. There's another area later where having the master key is going to be good. And just in general, I mean, it's nice to not have to be scared for your life. Okay, so I don't care about that area yet. If we ran and jumped, we could get over that hole in the ground. If we missed, we would fall, and falling in this area is crummy. And I'll explain later. Right now, we're actually just gonna avoid it and instead do other things. This place is annoying because of this guy. He's gonna buff these extra large rats, and they're just gonna, in general, be jerks. Alright, you're gonna do your thing. I'm gonna attack you twice. Whoa, no. Ah. Yeah, so that's the non-respawning guy that we saw in the Undeadburg. Oh, come on, you're not gonna be this annoying, are you? Alright, let's get the rats over here. There we go. Magic is really hard to avoid. It tracks you. So that's why we want to fight these guys over here as much as possible. We have a lot of Estus, so let's heal. I don't exactly want to waste a bunch of Estus, but it's good to do it right here. Alright, let's do this. If we can get this guy in melee, he's super easy, but he's just obnoxious because he's one of the few enemies in this game that have magic attacks. And magic attacks in general are just the most obnoxious range type of damage. So that's why we don't particularly care for those people. Later we're going to see them as respawning enemies, and they're just also jerks there. There is something over here. That's it. That's what I was trying to remember. Large Titanite Shard, which is useful. A large Titanite Shards we're going to use to upgrade a weapon from 5 to 10. We use Titanite Shards going from 1 to 5, large Titanite from 5 to 10, and then Titanite Chunks from 10 to 15. There's also other upgrade items that give different attributes. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But what bridge we're going to cross right now is going to be the bridge of pain between our sword and that slime. That's not really the best analogy in the world. Okay, I don't want to actually go there. That's why. This area you can traverse by jumping over the pits. Alternatively, you could forget about that and then just go around. I am amused at the design of this area simply because they give you the option. It's like, yeah, you can do jumps, and you could use the really finicky controls to try to jump around. Or you could not. This rat, I'm gonna cheat. I'm like, you can be mad at me all you want, but this rat is just so annoying to fight by. Ow. Yeah, that's why. That rat is super annoying. It will chunk off so much of your health, and it applies poison. Or can apply poison. So we're gonna semi-cheat. I mean, in and of itself, it's not really cheating. Because we are still fighting it, but we're just fighting it in such a way that makes us much safer. We're just gonna come in here, slice it, it's gonna be mad, we're gonna come in here and slice it, ow, we're gonna take lots of damage. It's gonna back up, we're gonna be like, hey, wait, don't forget about us. We were best buds, right? And then he's gonna be like, no, we're not best buds. And then we're gonna kill it. Because that's how this works. We're gonna pick this up, it's humanity. It's like, it's a non-respawning like mini-boss. And one humanity isn't exactly the best reward in the world, so it's just kind of like, why? Why couldn't you have given me something better? Alright, now we're gonna go down here. So if we fell down any of the pits before, we would have landed in this area. This is the best way to get down to this area because it's the safest. And why do I say it's the safest? Because there's an enemy in here that we have to be super careful about, which we will see. Yeah, right there. Super creepy frog dude. It will apply this mist. This mist applies something called Curse, and you can see that I nearly got hit with it right there. Or it built up a little bit. Curse is by far the worst attribute in this game. If your curse meter builds up to the maximum, you will A, die instantly, B, respawn with half of your health permanently until you get the curse removed, C, the curse is not removed unless you have a specific item or you go to a specific vendor who can remove curses. Yeah. To get to that vendor sucks. Just straight out, it's the worst experience you will ever experience at Dark Souls. If you get cursed here, you're kind of in a bad way. I mean, there's a little bit that you can do. I think there is a vendor that does sell the item to remove curse buildup, but it's not. I don't remember the specifics about it. There's something. Don't build up. There's something about it that is just awful. And getting to the vendor before, because the vendor is actually in like a pretty late game area, surprisingly, and the area also has a mechanic that just in general makes it very difficult. I'll explain it. No. Do not. Here, come attack me again. There we go. Yeah, so the basic strategy for these dudes is literally wait until they've, like, shot the mist out, and then they, like, charge you again. Don't move like that. And then you can, like, stab him in the face. And hopefully you have enough power to, like, one-shot him. Okay, so this dude's gonna run up. Is he gonna jump? No, he's not. He's just gonna do this. Alright, so he's gonna do that. I'm so scary. And then we're gonna come in here and do a slice. And that's going to be that. So the point of this area, we actually, from a technical standpoint, do not need to come over here. If you landed here prematurely, you'd have to fight through these dudes. And most of the time, if you fell, you'd land like, whoa, right in front of these enemies. So if you weren't expecting it, you'd land and then be like, oh, I'm suddenly being attacked by really creepy things that are insta-killing me. This is the saddest. So just don't have that happen. If we do it like this, it's not as bad. Okay, so we got those guys. This area is good now. By the way, if you see these creepy statues are other players who got cursed. So you can basically look around, see the statues, and then laugh at their failures. Or, you know, feel sympathy, whichever you're in the mood for. Okay, stab. We'll just wait for these guys to funnel through this doorway. The only annoying thing about this is you gotta play a waiting game with them, basically, where it's just like, hey, you should attack me, because I want to kill you. They'd be like, what? Why? I don't want to die. And they'd be like, no, you're jerks. We kind of need to die. Okay. Last thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna run over here. There's an item in here that we like. It's the Ring of the Evil Eye. We like this item for now. One, it's because it's one of the few rings that you get in the early game, and two, it's actually decently useful for a little bit. Specifically because what the Ring of the Evil Eye does is it allows you, or doesn't necessarily allow you. What it does is when you hit enemy, or when you kill enemies, you get a little bit of health back. Which in the game where healing items are few and far between, that's actually really useful. To kind of passively like regenerate your health. Because there's no health regen in the game. It's not like if I stand in one spot long enough I'll get health. Look, another person who's dead. There's nothing like that. So the only way that you can regenerate health outside of using an item like an Estus flask or stuff like that, is to what is it? Have the Ring of the Eagle Eye. So because we are not hollow, we're actually going to have a little bit of an encounter here. This is a scripted... Ouch. Excuse me. Yeah, you see our health bumped up a little bit. This is a scripted invasion. So in the normal Dark Souls, or if you have online... Ow! So in... Ow. Okay, attack me. Attack me, please. Oh. Alright. We gotta be a little bit careful with this guy, because his armor actually is decent. So we gotta stay away from him. Also, we need to be careful of when he, like, tries to roll into us. Because when he does, he actually will do damage. He has... I don't think it's called Thorn Mail in this game, but he has something... He has a special type of armor that allows it that when he rolls, he does damage. It's not super a lot, but it is enough to be decently annoying. But we're whittling through this guy's health. If we do like a chain attack, we can stagger him a little bit. Ouch. Ah. Right, let's back up from him a little bit. Do a heal. It should give us enough time. Okay. We're going to stick with doing just one attack, because it does stagger him a little bit if we time it right, and more importantly, it makes it so that we don't get too overwhelmed. Okay, oh, hey. Last attack, there we go. Alright, we killed him. You encounter him a couple more times. So this is an example of what would happen if I got invaded by another player, except this one is scripted by an AI. And when you kill him, you get an item. You also get to retrieve the power, so you get a humanity, which is nice. And you get soul. No, I already got the souls. Okay. So the last thing that we are going to do before we end the episode, because we're going to reach the end of the episode here. We got to end it at some point. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to come up these stairs and we're going to activate a shortcut, which is actually super duper helpful in this run. Or in this area. We get a shortcut. We open that door. It's locked from one side. You go up that ladder. You run up these stairs. And you are back here at the bonfire. So yeah, that's going to be... Oh, and that's another play. You see him a lot around bonfires. Okay, go away. You're creeping me out. Alright. So that'll be this episode. So I hope you enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like, because it does help me out a lot. And, as always, stay tuned for more.